Someone once told me that people born in a city are far more suspicious than country folk. I grew up in a city, but on a military base. My father was an Army colonel, so I was never really sure as to how my thinking was defined. But I do know that when I joined Freemasonry, my thinking on pretty much everything changed. Right out the gate, I was put in the care of someone who I had no choice but to trust. I knew full well that if he wanted to, he could make a tremendous fool out of me. But he didn't. I could tell by the tone of his voice and his actions that he was worthy of trust. Following my initiation, I was told that everything that happened was designed to teach, among other things, a lesson of trust. I was told that we can and should trust our brothers because they are our brothers. That brought back a flood of memories of my grandfather, who died when I was only 12. He was the reason I wanted to become a Mason. One of the things that I remember of him was something that he said about Freemasonry and trust. He said that he would trust a Mason he did not know, alone in his home with all his valuables. Was he foolish, or did he know something that many miss? My father was a World War II veteran. I remember him talking about trust and those he served with in combat. He said that trust in those around you during that time was absolutely necessary. He said that in order to survive, you had to be completely sure that the guy next to you had your back and was going to be there when needed. He said that when the fighting started, their training kicked in, and everything that they did was a result of their training. He trusted them because he knew how they were trained and that they were worthy of trust. I thought a lot about what he said. A friend of mine served in Vietnam. He told a different story. He said that towards the end of the conflict, when new troops came in, they would immediately be sent to the front. None of the ones who had been around a while wanted to be anywhere near them. When I asked him why, he said that was because they were dangerous. Towards the end of the conflict, basic training was minimal. The ones who had been around a while knew that the training of the new guys was so lacking that not only would they likely get themselves killed, but all of those around them. I found that as interesting as what my father had told me. I've been a Mason now for 50 years. Just like I have changed in that time, so has Freemasonry changed. Some changes are for the good, and some not so good. One not so good change was our fear of declining membership some years back. Lodges were losing members and not getting new ones to replace the ones lost. We started taking in some who we may have rejected not long ago. We also started moving those who joined into leadership positions before they even knew the difference between a landmark and a pancake breakfast. We traded education for fellowship. While we may not have seen it, we slowly started becoming something else, something very different than Freemasonry. To make it worse, it came on so slowly that most of us did not even notice the change. Make no mistake, Freemasonry has serious problems. The lack of training of too many of our members has resulted in them viewing Freemasonry as only a group of friends. Too many do not understand who or what we are and allow fellowship combined with bad judgment to create seriously damaging situations. Our choice is to deal with the problems or watch our foundation crumble. Recently, I read of a young girl who was attacked by an alligator. While being bitten, this child had the presence of mind to shove both her thumbs into the alligator's nostrils. She remembered that this was what she was told to do if she was ever attacked. The alligator couldn't breathe, opened his mouth, and that allowed her to free herself so she could get away. We need the same calm presence of mind. We need the balance of both competent Masonic education and the backbone to reduce the unruly to order, to do what is needed. Weakness in either area can result in our failure. As for trust, there may be another very simple reason as to why we have any trust at all in others. We trust because it feels good. Some scientists say that when we trust someone, Our brains release oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone that promotes pleasurable feelings. We want to feel good. We want to be around those who make us feel good. In other words, we have a basic need to trust others because it's good for us. But on the flip side, we also have something of a sixth sense concerning dishonesty that may be able to protect us from trusting the wrong people. Concordia University in Montreal published a study by researchers in their psychology department which found that children as young as 14 months can differentiate between a credible person and one that is disingenuous. It's called balance. We want to trust others, but we seem to have an innate ability to know when trust is not deserved. The reason my father trusted those around him in World War II was because he knew that they had received proper training. The reason my friend did not trust those around him in the latter part of the Vietnam War was because he questioned their training. Far too often, even the masters of lodges are completely unable to answer the most basic questions on the history, philosophy, laws, or customs of Freemasonry. It is very reasonable to question their training. Is it any wonder that trust is lacking in Masonry? If we fail or are unable to trust our brothers, then we tear at the fabric of who we claim to be. We want to trust our brothers. We need to trust our brothers. If we can't, it damages us at our very core. As with most everything, Freemasons have a choice. We can act, or we can sit back and do nothing. I believe that to do nothing seals a very bad fate for us. But I also believe that to do the wrong thing will bring about equally undesirable results. I believe that the ability to know right from wrong comes from our training, our teachings. It's not enough to say that we are Freemasons. We need to be Freemasons. We need to know who and what we are and live it. We are seriously sick, and we need to take some possibly bad-tasting medicine. We need proper Masonic education. We need to make sure that all our members, especially those who lead us, understand our unique laws, customs, words, phrases, and philosophy. We need to be firm about this education. Without education or training, we cannot trust our brothers. As difficult as it may seem, those who cannot or do not wish to learn cannot lead us in any manner. We simply cannot trust an untrained Mason. The choice as to what we do about our current situation is ours. I hope that we are wise. Thank you for watching. If you like the videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to us. Please support our efforts through Patreon. It is through your support that we are able to continue our work. Just follow the link in the description. See you next time.